Welcome to Film in 5D, the show about everything film and video with the A7S II. I'm Aaron Hammock, and today I want to give you my thoughts on the C120D from Aputure. Now, I've been using this light for personal and professional shoots of all kinds since it first came out a year ago, so I figured it was time to give my official review of this LED light from Aputure. By the way, this is not a sponsored video from Aputure. I bought this light with my own money after I was so impressed with the Lightstorm 1Ss that I have. You can see my semi-review / comparison video of those lights in this video up here. Anyway, I'll start off with this video with the pros of this light. Number one, this light is extremely versatile given the accessories you can use with the standard Bowens mount. You can use it as a powerful floodlight to fill up an area with the included reflector. You can use it as a spotlight from far away with the Fresnel accessory, which also gives the light a nice, fall off, just like traditional Fresnel RE lights have. And you can even use this light as a beautifully soft key light with the light dome accessory, which is what I'm using right now for this video, which is probably my favorite use for this light, honestly. Aputure also makes a smaller version of the light dome, which is called the Light Dome Mini, which can be good for certain use cases, but it's not my favorite. Number two is the quality of this light. Aputure LED lights in general are known for having high CRI values, meaning that the faithfulness of this light compared to other LED lights is leaps and bounds better. I think the CRI rating is somewhere between 96 and 97 out of 100, which is really impressive for an LED, yet another reason it makes for a great key light. The third positive is the power of this light. It's the equivalent of a 1K, but with under 200 watts of power draw. I mean, you could potentially use several of these at the same time, around your house on just a simple household circuit without, blowing the circuit breaker. Also, this light runs relatively cool compared to most other 1K lights out there, and even runs quiet despite the onboard fan used to cool it off. And the fourth positive is the portability. It's not that big and incredibly light given its power output. Also, it comes with the option to use Antoine Bauer or other standard V-mount batteries, meaning that you can bring it with you to places you otherwise couldn't get access to power, like out in the wilderness or something like that. The fifth and final thing I love about this light is how inexpensive it is. Now, I know, 600 bucks isn't cheap, especially when you're spending, another $200 on accessories. But compared to other lights that are this versatile, this powerful, and this level of quality, I just don't see any other options out there that compare to this C120D. But just like anything, this light isn't perfect, and I do have a few concerns about the 120D. First, the color temperature. This light is rated at being around 6000 K, which, as you know, is within the spectrum of sunlight, which is great. The only problem is that the Aputure's own LS1Ss, which I have, live within the same lineup, are actually 5500K, which is kind of annoying because you can't really use them together as seamlessly as I'd like to. For example, I'd like to use the 120D as a key in most situations, but then I can't really use the 1S as a fill because the colors don't match up perfectly. So currently my only solution is to bounce a fill instead, which isn't always possible in the different types of shoots that I do. To remedy this, I got the new C300D when it came out and used that one as my key and this 120 as my fill. Only problem with that is the 300D and the 120D don't match up perfectly either, which is incredibly frustrating. My second con of this otherwise wonderful light is the lack of accessories when it comes to changing the color temperature. Sometimes I shoot in locations where matching tungsten 3000K is actually something that I really need to accomplish. And while I can add a C2O gel to the Fresnel reflector or even the floodlight mount that it comes with, the same cannot be said for the light dome. When using the dome softbox, there's no real way to convert the 120D color without placing the gel too close to the light. The last time I tried this, in fact, I burned a hole straight through my gel. I really wish that Aputure would come out with some kind of accessory for this, something like this plastic CTO filter converter that came with one of my other LED lights could easily fix this issue. The Light Dome Mini did actually come with a double-sided reflector, which you can see here, which at first sight I thought would fix this issue for me, but it didn't do what I needed at all, which is to change the temperature of the entire light to, a warmer color with this gold reflector here. So just real quick, as I'm uploading this video, I realized that Aputure has recently announced the Light Dome 2, which fixes a lot of the issues I mentioned in this video. It includes a holder for gels so you can convert the temperature of the light. It includes an 8-crate grid, which is great for, minimizing the amount of spill that you get with the light. And it also is much easier to set up. You can set it up in under 10 seconds, which the current light dome takes about 1 minute to 2 minutes to set up. And finally, this light, while being relatively inexpensive compared to other 1K LED equivalents, as well as having high CRI, I do have some concerns about the build quality. While the light itself feels sturdy, especially when you compare it to other LEDs also made in China, in the year I've been using the light, I've had a few issues with overheating when the light just wouldn't stay on for more than a few minutes, including the last time I was filming with it outside, had shade, a shade umbrella covering it and everything so that there wasn't any direct sunlight on it. It wasn't hot to the touch at all, and yet it just would not stay on. Luckily, I had my C300D as a backup, so who really knows how reliable this light will be long term and how long it will last, especially since replacing the LED is probably pretty expensive, if not impossible, with a Chinese company like Aputure. So there you have it, my quick review of the Aputure c120D. Overall, this light is great and easily my favorite light that I own. Soon I will do a review for the even more powerful 300D once I've had more time with it. This light does an excellent job already fighting sunlight, even with the light dome on, as you can see in this example here. If you're interested in this light or any other lights from Aputure, check out my Amazon links that I put for you in the description below whenever you buy through my links. You're helping to support my channel and I really do appreciate it. Also, leave me a comment below. Do you own any Aputure LEDs? How do you like them compared to other previous kits that you've owned? Let me know and I'll get back to you. But that's it for this week. If you enjoyed this review, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave me an @mention on my Twitter @filmin5D and I'll be sure to respond as quick as I can. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the logo on screen for updates on my new videos when they come out. If you want to learn more about the C120D from Aputure, check out my blog on my website. Also check out my most recent video by clicking the link on the screen. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.